some people tend to think that confidence just happens, right? You can just uh, pop up or wake up in the morning and have an extreme amount of confidence, and nothing can be further from the truth. As we find out, a lot of people can fake confidence, and that tends to lead to other problems, addiction, false pride, and all of those types of things. And it's just not true confidence that allows you to achieve the goal or objective that you set for yourself. There's literally a pathway to confidence. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you about briefly, is that this pathway, once you understand the pathway, the process to confidence, you'll have a formula where you can address anything that causes you anxiety and fear. And let's face it, that's really what lack of confidence is. There's this fear. We have a goal or objective that we want to achieve, and then fear arises. Fear, most people say that's false evidence appearing real, right? Some call it's fear of the unknown, and both of those things are true. It's things that we don't know about. There's uncertainty, there are unknowns, and this causes us to have a lack of confidence. So once you understand this path or this formula or this process that I want to share with you, no matter what comes up, if you go through the process or get on the path, you'll be able to overcome those fears, those difficulties, and those challenges, and have confidence to achieve the goals and objectives that you have before you. So let's just go ahead and start with it. First thing, I kind of shared it right now. You have to have a goal or objective, right? There's something that you want to accomplish, but now you have to put a date on it. You have to put a future date on it. And with that, that means you have to be committed. So that's the first part of getting on this path. You have a goal, you have an objective that you want to achieve, but now you got to be committed to that goal, to that objective. And I'm not saying involved. I used to hear one of the old marketers, let me see if I can remember what he said about breakfast. He had breakfast that morning and he had bacon and eggs, right? So he said the chicken was involved because the chicken just laid the eggs and he had the eggs, but the cow or the pig was committed because that means he's gone. He was all in. That's how he had the bacon. So you have to be committed is the point I'm trying to make here. You can't just be involved. You can't just be on the periphery. When you have a goal or objective, you have to commit to the completion of that goal, of that objective. That's the first step on this journey or this path towards confidence. Then after you make that commitment, now this is where the fear comes in, because there's unknowns. There are things that you're not aware of. There's difficulty. There's trials that are going to arise. You have this goal, you're committed to it, but now all of a sudden I want to be confident about it, but now there are these fears, these anxieties, these stresses that pop up. So the next thing that you have to have is courage. You have to develop the courage to go forward, even in the midst of the unknown, in the midst of uncertainty, in the midst of, what is it? Something appearing, you don't even know what that evidence is, right? It's false evidence appearing real. So here it is, you have this objective that you don't even know that stops you. So you have to have courage to be able to forge forward to get to the objective. Really important. I could go through each one of these things, but I just want to give you the path first, and maybe we'll come back at another time and just go through each of these steps and unpack them a little bit more. So you have to be committed to that goal, to that journey. Then you have to develop the courage to say, no matter what, I'm getting ready to go towards this goal and objective through all of the uncertainty, all of the trials, all of the ups and downs. But then once you're committed and now you're courageous, now we begin to get into the actual steps that take you right there to confidence. Because now, if it's the fear of the unknown, now you have to begin to know. So you have to start seeking knowledge on what it is that you don't know. You have to begin to develop the intellect to deal with the things that you don't know. And it's okay to not know. This is why I said when people fake courage or fake confidence, they begin to move out on things that they're not sure, they don't know. And so pride and arrogance gets in the way, and we argue about things we don't know instead of saying, you know what, I need to get the knowledge. I need to become competent in this area so that now the more I know, I'm not afraid. I'm not fearful anymore, right? So that's the next step in this pathway to confidence, right? There's commitment. You're committed now. Now you develop the courage to address whatever it is that's going to come in your way. But now you have to become competent. You have to start getting the knowledge and the information and the data and knowing the tools and the resources that you need to become confident, right? So you're probably saying, well, that means that's the next step, right? Confidence. Yeah, that could possibly be the next step, but there's another part of this path that I want to interject right here, right? So now you have the competency, you're getting the knowledge, the information, the data, you're seeking out the resources and the tools that would give you the confidence to complete that objective. But there's another one, and it's called capability, because once you get the knowledge, now you're developing new skills. And even if you're in an arena where the skill is the most important part, sometimes we do things with our hands and we need to learn a new skill, right? That means we become more capable. Now, if you're developing knowledge, competency, and capability, now you move into confidence. And also, real quick with that capability, it doesn't always have to be your skill, right? Your expertise. That's the best part about becoming competent, is because now you begin to grow to where you start looking for other abilities, other capabilities that could help you to become more confident. There are things that I do in my life and business that I'm not the authority in, I'm not the expert in, but I know someone who is. And by incorporating their skill, their ability, their knowledge, now I have a capability that I didn't have before. And so now you're armed with competency and your capability. And now that breeds confidence, because now you know what you know. You know who to call, you know where to go, you know what to do, you know what to say, you know where to be, what time to be there. And once you have this confidence, now you'll complete that objective and that goal. And then you know what happens? There's a new and higher goal that now that process starts over again. So now you got to be committed to the new goal, the new objective, the new skills, right? So now you got a whole new thing that you have to be committed to, that you have to develop courage for, that you have to begin to develop the competency for, the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, the information, the data. Then you're developing the capability, the skills, the relationships, the resources, and then you're confident again to complete that goal and objective. And it's a never-ending cycle. And it is this pathway to confidence that you can use in any endeavor of life. And I'm hoping that this is helpful. If this has been helpful to you, please share it. First, I want to hear your comments, like, love, do whatever you need to do at the bottom. But please share this pathway, because most of us, a lot of us, are literally procrastinating, suffering, filled with anxiety, stress, because we haven't taken the steps on the path that would give us confidence to move forward to complete our goals and objectives. So this is your brother Bedford, and I hope this has been helpful. The pathway to confidence.